Hey, Sheila Clark here. Just going over how to tape and repaint your kitchen. As you can tell, I am a semi non-professional painter, so I'm just going to go through the hot mess that was our kitchen. So now we had to repaint this. There's a couple of damaged spots. You can't see it right here, um, down by that mop where we had had a cat that liked to eat drywall. Very strange cat indeed. So painted over that. It wasn't quite the right color match. This is a pale yellow. And we went about the business of taking care of that. We decided we were going to paint it a little bit brighter yellow. So let me go back to the official pre-taping. So what this is here, of course, is 2-inch masking tape. The wife sent me to the store for an inch and a quarter blue tape, which is the stuff that looks like this here. As part of what we did in the hallway, and that stuff's real nice. But we did not have any, so I went with the once she ran out, I went with the 2-inch. You see how thick that is, masking tape. Now that's the pale yellow color. Not that you can tell, and these dots are in fact my my camera. I got something on the friggin' lens. But anyway, this Joker's wide enough, and one of the things that I thought it would be great for is, as you can see here in this picture, that tape is wide enough that when you get the roller right to the edge, it's thick enough to catch any paint from your roller. So I thought I had it made in the shade. That is the brighter yellow that we're going for, called Wake Up Yellow. So we're painting over a pale yellow with a brighter yellow. So that would be a fairly simple trick. This crown molding right here, this whole house was built in the 1930s, I believe. So we had our work cut out for us as far as that goes. We did have some blue tape that was left over. We got that there. Blue tape's looking good so far. Even around this right there. So then, once we got it done, as you can see here, holy crap, was that bright. I'll give you another example of how bright it is, how bright it was. It scared the snot right out of us. Well, you get an idea how bright it was. That is the old yellow, and that is the new yellow, so it's way more richly bright yellow. And we decided that was way too friggin' yellow. I mean, that's once we got back and it all dried, it'd rip your eyeballs right out of your head. We also had some heat and humidity at that point, and this tape here, the 2-inch masking tape that I thought would be so awesome for the protect the windowsills and whatnot, started to curl. So that provided another challenge. You can see it curling right here. It had caught some paint, which is great. But, yeah, not quite what we had in mind. Now, at this point in time, we knew that that yellow was way too yellow. You can see there that that was the old yellow. That was the new old yellow. That's the wake up yellow. You can see it here around me. And then we decided to go with this tan color because, you know, just something basic, just something simple. So that's what we got. That very light tan color. Speak of the devil, my wife just called, and I had to pause that for a second. So anyway, you can see what we did here is we went way wrong with our color because the way it looks on the card, we thought it'd be a nice bright yellow, but it is way too bright of a yellow that you couldn't even capture with the camera here. It just ripped your eyeballs out. So we went with this tan, and what I had done is I used that 2-inch masking tape. Show you here. Problem is, this masking tape stuck to the paint after I got done painting.
So right here is why you don't use masking tape. It was hot. applied this. Actually, it was cool when I applied it. It heated and curled, and I did 2 coats, which is fine until this very, very good paint decides to become one with the masking tape. So hence this foolishness. The reason I'm doing this is because if you don't, it'll come out onto this and peel the actual 2 coats of paint off. So yeah, good fun.
So I don't know if you could hear that, but what that was is me bemoaning the aspects of the fact that yes, the beige did cover up the bright wake up yellow, but I had to do 2 coats. They had a 1 coat guarantee, which is foolishness. I thought we'd be good to go, and it was not, in fact, robust enough. So I had to do 2 coats, and you can see what happens in the corner here. Had some peeling up from the paint. You see that crown molding is old as dirt. And you can see that right here, as I'm running my knife down it, there's 2 layers of paint that became one with the masking tape. So what that does for you is then you end up having things like this. See here, it actually pulled off the new paint, the old paint, and whatever was under that. So that's not the best quality photo, but you can see that that's foolishness. So you just worked against yourself. So in conclusion to that, you could say use your 1 inch or 2 inch blue tape. That's what it's there for. So finally we got that done. We got that up to the edge. We painted it up to the edge. We left this part yellow because there needed to be a little bit of it. It just looked like a nice pop of color here. Doing the dishes, so that's how bright it would have been all over this room. Okay, and I had that tape that came away from here and came away from here, and I had to hand paint it. So this project, all in all, took, see if I can show you, took about 3 days total between the first yellow application, which is way too bright, all the edging, all the taping, and then covering it back up with the beige, more sane color. Show you how that looks here. That's a nice beige. It is forgiving on the ceiling line because what we had done is hand painted it, and once in a while a roller would slip and it would get onto the ceiling. So that kind of sucks when that happens. But what we did, we had gloss white to cover it. We already had that. You see right here where it popped up onto the ceiling. So what I did is I took a piece of paper, here, and did a straight edge, so it finally all came out looking decent. I'll show you the big picture here. And what this is about 3 days worth of time, maybe $100 worth of paint. And granted, it only would have been 30, $40 worth of paint if it was not for my own screw up. So, and you can see that roof line's really even. And due to the fact that cat had damaged that wall with its pica, eating of strange drywall, we repainted this beige. We repainted the front hallway, and that was a condition of getting a security deposit back. So 3 days worth of work for an $1,100 security deposit off of initial, like I said, let's say 150, $200 after food, fuel, travel, back and forth to the dollar store, Dollar General, whatever you want to call it, tape, and sweat equity. So that went over fine. The walkthrough went through wonderfully. And yeah, so in closing, I'm telling you, go get the duct tape, the blue tape that's made for painting, and make sure you take your time to line it up really well, which I did. I did not know there was wide tape because I was in a hurry. I thought there was only narrow blue tape, but there is wide 2 inch and wider blue tape that'll behave much better. Also, my other thing is when you do paint next to the tape, please, please, please always remember to go light. Don't go heavy near the tape like this. That's heavy, heavy, thick. While it's nice to stop your roller real quick, you kind of blend that out. So between not going thick here and also the fact that you're going to be smarter than I am and you're going to use the blue tape such as this, it'll be far more forgiving. So that's just enough to catch the roller. If you had another inch of tape here, it'd be over those hooks. But that will do the job and will cause you less peeling. Now, if you want to be really secure about it not peeling, what you can do is what I showed you in that video. You just take your X-Acto knife or whatever fine bladed sharp object you have and go right around the base of the tape where the tape meets the paint and slowly peel it off. Don't peel it off to the side, just peel it down upon itself, and you can hold something here to anchor it so that, in fact, the tape separates from the paint. Well, that was the 3-day adventure of wonderfulness. I'll show you some blue lines here. So that blue tape will serve you better in the long run, whether it's narrow or wide. So I learned I might rather hire somebody for a couple $100 to do this than have to do it again myself. But that being said, I learned a whole bunch of lessons I was trying to pass on to you here, which is use blue tape, use the right tools, make sure you unseat your tape after you have painted, and I'll give it another try sometime, just not while I'm under the gun. In other words, time limitation. So that's what I learned about being an amateur painter. There's a reason painting is usually left to canvas and tree scenes, because amateur house painting, not the most fun. Leave it to the professionals or educate yourself. Hopefully this video really educated you a bit on how not to paint. So yeah, again, I'll show you the starting. That's the starting. There it is. And then the end product through tears, blood, sweat. Well, no blood, thankfully. The end product you're looking at is that. So yeah, it can be done. Just take it slow. Take it slow. Make sure you use your blue tape. Make sure to use your straight edge after you get your paint on here and take those off carefully. Another good tip, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. No affiliation here, but any magic eraser will take off paint if you happen to have any splatters on the floor. I also found a good thing was they have industrial grade uh, sanitizing wipes that you can find for pretty much everywhere now that COVID's about. They have like these bleach based wipes. Those work well too than a dry cloth because I am not the most coordinated human. All right, folks, I'm done for now telling you how to paint and more importantly, how not to paint. I hope you enjoyed this video. You want to see more wild and crazy stuff like this video or this blog post, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share this. Even if you just want to flame me for a horrible job in painting, feel free to leave a comment down below or anywhere around this video and tell me how to do it better next time. I'd appreciate the advice. Talk to you all soon. See ya.